2K14's cover off rip was better than 2K25's cover. Just gonna start it off right. Like, look at the '08 Celtics in the background with Jason Tatum. Like, you can tell by the socks that's gold. Even 2K26 covers are bad. I like that mellow one though. I'm not gonna lie. That mellow one cold. But on a real note, man, we're gonna be talking about a few things that 2K14 does better than 25. 11 years later, man. And off rip, I gotta give it the 14 with the graphics and the lighting, man. Now, I know some of you guys remember from 2K13 the crazy upgrade leap that we got from 13 to 14. It was absolutely mind-blowing at the time. And I remember being a young boy saying, yo, there's no way 2K can get better. You know what I'm saying? No way 2K can get better, man. And to be honest, I was right. 2K didn't get better when it came to the graphics side of things. Because, like, look at Kobe. He looked like a model or something. Looked like he made of clay. Like, what is this? And that brings me right into the second point, man. Like, the player models and the jersey movement was way more realistic, and it looked really good. You know, look at Melo. Look at the movement of the jersey. Everything flows together. And just look at the lighting. You know, you got the lighting coming off the court. It really looks like Madison Square Garden right here. You know what I'm saying? It looks really, really good for the time, man. And like I said, like, we didn't think we would ever get a game with this much detail involved into it, you know, with the jersey movement, the body types, and the graphics, man. It was just ahead of its time, and we just never got that again. And y'all know, y'all remember the Nike vertical, man. Good times, good times. If you guys didn't believe me, on the flip side, here's 2K25's presentation with the uploaded rosters, same jersey, same everything. And yeah, look at this. Crazy. I mean, just look at this, man. There's no life to it. Jerseys aren't really moving at all. I mean, the court looks dull, just looks like one big light on it. And the players just look like they're made of clay, you know? It looks so underwhelming. 11 years later, who would have thought, man? I don't know if it's the city that's taking up so much storage and they can't do nothing graphically, but it's pretty sad, man. Pretty sad and underwhelming, to say the least. Next up, man, we got the gameplay movement. Now, gameplay movement on 25, unless you're using meta moves, it's just too stiff, man. When it comes to gameplay, it just feels so stiff. I remember getting off of 24 when we got 25 and people were hyping up pro play. When we started playing this game, I was like, why is pro play even necessary? It feels like we don't even have full control over our players nowadays, man. Like, it feels so weird and odd. Like, just look at how 2014 LeBron is moving in this clip. Like, why is he moving so slow off of Hezzy? Like, what is this? This is 2014 Bron we're talking about, but he's moving like this. Now we get on to 2K14, and look at how smooth and fluid the movement really looks, man. Look at how I could chain moves together, get to a spot quickly, not be warped up in animations. Yes, I will give you this. 2K25 has way more animations, but that doesn't always mean that's a good thing. Look at Melo's jumper in this game. That's Melo's jumper right there. You know, my OGs, you remember Melo's quick jump shot in the older 2Ks, 14, 15, and all that. But then look at LeBron in 2014 on 2K14. Look at how quick he's moving off the Hezzy. Look at how I can chain moves together and get to a bucket quickly. How I can get to the hole, man. I gotta give it to 2K14, man, for the gameplay movement. Now, staying onto the gameplay side of things, we hop into our next point, which is obviously the dribbling animations. Now, in 2K25, we all know there's so many moves that you can choose from dribbling styles, signature size ups, behind the backs, all that. Over 9,000 or whatever 2K was talking about, I don't know, all those thousands of animations. But who's really using all those moves? Like, be real. People are only using like 3 moves in every category that are actually effective, which is already locked behind seasons, but that's a whole nother point. Which shows you that 2K knows that even with all those moves being in a game, that there's only really a few that people are really gonna use. Obviously, that the biggest move on 25 being Steve Francis. Now, yeah, you could use a De'Aaron Fox animation because his moves are similar to Jamal Crawford's moves like back in the day. But that play style doesn't really work in today's 2K because people are just going left, right. It's not going downhill. So it wouldn't really work. But that's besides the point. Now here we have 2K14's dribble animations. Now like I said, compared to 25, 25 has an abundant amount of dribbling animations. But that doesn't really matter. You know why? Because most of those animations, like I said, don't really work when you're playing in the game. Now compared to 2K14, just off the crossovers alone, or the behind the backs, there's so many that you can choose from that will all work in a game, compared to just like 2 or 3 that would work nowadays. And everybody was different. You know what I'm saying? It would bring a uniqueness back to 2K. Everybody's not using Steve Francis to go left and right. Some people might use a different move. You know what I'm saying? Some people might use behind the back 13, behind the back 14. And nowadays, man, there's such an imbalance of moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like 2 or 3 moves that are just overpowered than the others. So there's like, what is the point of the 9,000 animations if there's only like 2 or 3 moves that are really overpowered compared to the others? You know what I'm saying? So I got to give it to 2K14 when it comes to dribble animations and the variety that we had, even though there weren't as many as we have today. So I'll give it to 2K14. Now we hop into the MyCareer side of things. And when it comes to 2K14, not many 2Ks did it better when it comes to MyCareer, or just in many sports games in general. 2K14 MyCareer was really unique and really brought a lot of people into the immersion when it comes to being an NBA player. Now, I'm not saying 2K14's MyCareer was perfect, but what I am saying is way better than what we have had in the past few 2Ks, especially 25. But 2K14's MyCareer, man, it really was about hoops, nothing else, just about hoops and what it's like to be an NBA player, through cutscenes, through fights, through endorsements, through all that. 2K14, man, you really wanted to keep playing the MyCareer because you never knew what would happen next, what player you would be talking to, what type of fight would happen, what endorsement would happen. Like I said, man, it was a uniqueness to the MyCareer scene. It wasn't a quest, it wasn't running around the city, it wasn't none of that. And now on the flip side, on 25, it's just a whole bunch of nonsense. It doesn't have really anything to do with basketball half of the time. You know, they got me doing all these different errands, fashion brands, skateboarding, rapping. I mean, you name it. Like, they doing everything other than hooping. And the people are tired of it, man. So hopefully, with Spike Lee being on 2K26, we won't have a lifeless MyCareer scene anymore. And we'll have something that'll actually keep us playing rather than just doing quests and getting clothes and doing things that pretty much have nothing to do with basketball to keep you immersed into the MyCareer story. So now another thing that 2K14 does better than 25, in my opinion, is attribute upgrades. Now you guys are probably like, what do you mean? Well, have you ever made a build where you thought it was about to do something that you upgraded it for and it didn't do it? Plain example, 2K23. You remember when acceleration was a better attribute than ball handling? That's how 2K makes their money. Now, if you guys don't understand what I mean, back in 2K14, you were able to see exactly what you were upgrading with a definition on the side as well. Now, 2K, they took that away so they can make more money in the builder. And so you wouldn't really know what you were upgrading, or you would think you would know what you were upgrading until your player went out there after a patch sometimes and didn't do what he was supposed to be doing. And now you got to make another build. But yeah, that's why I like 2K14's attribute upgrade system instead of 2K25's, because it was just more broken down and you could really know what you were really upgrading and not be fooled by 2K. But you guys let me know how y'all think about that though. That's on another side of 2K that really people don't talk about. Now for the last thing, I know you guys are probably gonna be mad at me, but it is what it is, man. What is 2K without their soundtrack? And for 2K14, they had a way better soundtrack than 2K25, or just way better soundtrack than most of the next gen soundtracks, if not all of them. You know, 2K14 had a banger, legendary soundtrack that won't probably be forgotten, man. It won't be forgotten. Compared to 25, nobody wants to hear that whack soundtrack. 14 actually had a whole vibe to it that had something to do with the game overall. You know what I'm saying? It made sense. Compared to this soundtrack, they're just slapping a whole bunch of songs in there that don't even, it's just whack. You know what I'm saying? I know, like I said, it's probably a little picky because it's like, bro, really, you talking about the soundtrack, but if you know, you know. 2K is nothing without that soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, that is gonna do it for this video, man. Those are a few things that I remember that 2K14 did better than 25 11 years later, which is crazy. But there's so many others that I just missed and I just didn't talk about. I know you guys are probably gonna comment down below and tell me about those, but you guys let me know what other things that you think that other 2Ks did better than 25. Like, it could be 2K16, 17, 20, 22. It doesn't really matter. You guys can let me know what you think other 2Ks did better than 25. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, man, I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed, keep Christ first in anything. And yeah, man, just keep going. Y'all see me, man, we on the grind to 1K. Get your boy there, especially if you guys like to watch Play Now Online content, like trash talking videos and all type of videos like that. We're gonna keep going into 26, man. So if you guys like entertaining content, go ahead, give your boy subscribe if you want to. I'm not forcing y'all to do it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. At the end of the day, we're gonna keep grinding. But yeah, I love y'all, man. And hopefully, man, we can get a good game for 2K26. Hopefully, man, you know. And yeah, that'll do it, man. I'll catch y'all. Love y'all. Peace.
You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day.
Oh, you mad because I'm styling on you?